Hi everyone, it's Beth. Today I'm making a home sign. I used one of these signs from Dollar Tree, one of the home words also from Dollar Tree, and some of their wall decals, these little houses. Some scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby, chalk paint in elephant, white, and black, Mod Podge, twine, some small round beads, and hot glue. First thing I did was remove this little Bunny Trails Farms sign from the center of it, just using a putty knife. And then took off as much of that excess paper as I could on there, and then sanded down whatever was remaining. Next, I took the Waverly chalk paint in elephant and painted the border of the sign. And I did just do one coat of that. And then I painted the word with the black chalk paint, and also only did one coat on that. And then I took these houses and painted 4 of them, the smaller ones, with the white chalk paint. And I did end up doing 2 coats of this and drying it in between each coat. I took the scrapbook paper and set that inside the sign and tried to even up both of the sides on there, and then push down on the edges where the scrapbook paper needed to be cut, and then just trim that up. Then I took the Mod Podge and put down a generous coat on the inside of that sign. Then I put down the scrapbook paper on the inside of the sign and just evened it out and smoothed out to try to get out any bubbles or wrinkles. Once I had that on there and dry, I took the Mod Podge and put an outer layer on top of the scrapbook paper as well. Next, I took the twine and the small beads and placed them on the twine, and I just filled it in, and I didn't count. I just held it up against the top of the sign and let it drape down a little bit just to measure how many I needed, and then tied off both ends. And once I had that strand of beads made, I took more of the twine and just tied little strings. And I did that 4 times, putting a little bit of space in between each one. These will be what the little houses will look like they're hanging from, so it'll kind of look like garland. Once those were all on there, I hot glued each of the end beads in the very top corners of the sign, and then trimmed off the excess twine that was hanging there. Next, I took the little houses and kind of scraped off the inside of the windows. Some of the paint built up from painting them. Trimmed off one of the strings just so it was a little bit shorter. Kind of held it together, put some hot glue down, and then placed the house right on top of there, making sure some of the string was still hanging above it. And then did the same thing with the next 4, just trying to make sure that the string was long enough for the top of the house to cover it, but short enough so it doesn't go through onto the windows. Last thing I did was took the home word and hot glued the back of that and placed that down on the bottom of the sign. And that is it. Super easy to do, but looks really adorable. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.